Hello, welcome to the Coffeehouse. My name is Vic Bonacci, and I want to be upfront with you. This isn't okay. It's not a real coffee house, but stick with me here because I'm gonna roll with this metaphor, if you will. I'm a coach. I'm an agile coach. I work with teams. In fact, a lot of people say my superpower is to get teams to work well together, to be self organizing, self managing, figure out how to do things on their own within an organization and work and navigate the organization. I help them not only to predict, but more importantly, to prepare for things that happen in their work life. Now, even though I work with teams and individuals, I like to get away and work with people one on one and have conversations. I like to share the tools that I've picked up as a coach, as a project manager, as a trainer, as a worker. Having conversations to get to know what is it that they're trying to achieve. What is their need, and I just listen. My superpower is to work with teams and to be there to listen. And so it made sense for me to open up this coffee shop, right? Now, I don't know about you, but I love coffee. Now, I didn't always enjoy coffee. I mean, as a kid, I didn't have good coffee until I probably got to college. Before that, it was at church or at a family affair. And I'm talking it was either burned or instant or something where I wasn't appreciating coffee until I finally got to college and discovered the coffee house. Excuse me. All right. So at the coffee house, what was fantastic was it was a very open and inviting space. And as someone who's living on campus now, away from home for the first time, you're looking for those types of feelings, emotions that you can come into a place and feel welcomed, like at Cheers, at Norm at Cheers, right? You walk in and the aroma hits you, the vibrancy hits you. Being a campus coffee house, we had a stage and there were artists and performers up there, and then there was artwork always on the walls, changing over time. It was really dynamic and vibrant, as I said. And the coffee house was a social magnet. It was a place for people to come together. Study groups formed there. And it was casual conversation over coffee because we're getting to know each other. We're understanding what it is we're trying to learn. We're setting goals. We're keeping each other accountable. We're building community. And that's what I think a coffee house represents to me, is that casualness, the openness, bringing people together, never knowing what's going to happen there, learning from each other, learning about yourself, and building and growing within this community. So these are some of the ways, the ideas, the things that kind of spurred me on to create this here coffee house and share it with you. So that's my goal over these videos now, is to share with you some of the tips and tricks, some of the tools, a lot of the ideas that I've learned in coffee houses or other places over my life, and introduce them to you or share them with you, but not go deep, not get very serious about it, but rather just kind of tell you how I might use it or how I've seen it done at a place, or maybe invite some friends. We're in this coffee house, but we're not limited to just what's behind me. In fact, we're building a drive-through window. Right now, it's just a basic hole in the wall, but you never know who's going to pull up. I hear someone there right now. Let's go check and see who it is. So look who pulled up here. It's Chris. Welcome, Chris. Welcome to the drive-through of the coffee house.
Hey Vic, how you doing?
You're our first actual drive-through guest, so welcome.
So congratulations on the new business adventure, opening your own coffee shop.
Yeah, it's the first episode. Actually, I was telling the viewers here why I wanted to start this coffee house as an online community, a way for people to get together and exchange ideas. Do you have any favorite, like, what was the first time you got into coffee? Do you even drink coffee?
Oh Vic, I could talk about coffee for a long time. As a matter of fact, I was telling somebody the other day, I drink a lot of coffee, a lot more coffee than your average person. and I drink a lot of really good coffee and I drink a lot of really bad coffee. And so I want to be clear that I am in no way a coffee aficionado. I'm more like a coffee junkie. I mean,
Well, cheers to you. There you go.
there you go. So two of my favorite things, the Agile community and coffee come together in one spot. It's perfect.
And I've known you for a good long time here in our local Agile community. I don't know if I met you at the Paul Moore, who hosts the Agile SoCal, or maybe one of the meetups that I've done. But how important is community to you in your career endeavors? Let's put it that way.
Oh, it's of paramount importance to me. I say this all the time. I invest a lot of my own time and my own money in continued education, certifications, classes, conferences, buying books, video courses, all that stuff. And it's all great, but all of it together pales in comparison to what I've learned from my, engaging my local Agile community, right? Having conversations with people like you over coffee,
Yeah.
and picking up new ideas, and just that that interpersonal communication, sharing of ideas. It's the best tool in any Agile practitioner's tool belt.
Yeah, I'm with you too. And what I like about our community is we don't always just talk about like how to do Scrum or what's new with DevOps or security or anything like that. Wide range. And that's what I'm planning to do in the coffee house too, is introduce people to, yeah, Agile will come in, but that's not the top priority. It'll be more along the lines of how can we improve your world of work? How can we have you find your own island of sanity in whether it's the workplace or your own personal life, or if you're an entrepreneur, whatever it might be. I read a lot, or at least I collect a lot of books. Let's put it that way. I try to read and find ideas from that. But I've got cards, some that you've seen, some of my decks, but I've also got other cards and learning tools that I've picked up over the years that I'd love to share with you and the viewers out there.
So I,
Um,
I have an interesting story about your cards.
oh
One of
yeah,
the decks are, I think you've accumulated a collection of tweets. Is that, or are they tweets?
yes.
Yeah. Uh, you've given me a couple of those decks throughout the years, and when I've gone to different clients as a consulting Agile coach, I've always made it a point to strategically leave those cards spread out in common collaborative areas, whether it's the scrum room where teams have their daily scrums, or just a common working session. I leave them out there and I walk away. And as I walk by, I always like to observe what's happening with those cards. And I'll always see somebody holding a card and chuckle to themselves and put it down. So I like the idea of I've always liked the idea of planting seeds, and this is almost literally planting seeds, where the cards are the seeds and I'm planting them somewhere common where people can pick them up, read what's on it, and have that, instill a certain feeling or thought in their head, and then they walk away and
Well, I'll have to. I love that idea that you can kind of like just drop them down and walk away, kind of like a Johnny Appleseed
yeah.
of agile and modern management thinking. So I'll have to send you a few more. Hey, by the way, I wanted to thank you for being one of our very first. In fact, you are our very first patron. What's the value that you see in staying in the community in the form of being a patron?
Well, Vic, I've always appreciated what you do for the Agile community, and especially this kind of, this regional South-ish Orange County community, right? You're a fixture at all of the meetups, the conferences, as well as providing some of your own gatherings, like the Agile Coffee that we occasionally do at the Coffeehouse, and now we've got your own coffee house to do it at. So
Yeah.
uh, I've always appreciated the value you bring, especially your Agile coffee sessions. We've had discussions about that. I've always thought more of Vic is a better thing, and so I've always wanted more Agile coffee sessions. So I thought it was important to give back, to just show you as at least a small token of my appreciation of what you do, and give you the motivation to keep going. And as a matter of fact, it's interesting as you were talking about Patreon. I won't miss my next mortgage payment if I go and up the ante a little bit on my Patreon amount. And I also would encourage others to, for the price of a cup of coffee, give Vic some encouragement and let him know how appreciated he is in this community.
It does help out. So thank you so much for the kind words, Chris. And you may think of getting more of Vic as a good thing. I feel like I myself am a connector of people. So I'm looking to find ideas and find people who want to discuss and even debate those ideas. People like yourself, Chris. So it's always a pleasure to see you. And with that, I'll thank you for stopping by today and enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care, Vic. Thanks for the coffee.
See you soon. Well, that was great. And Chris, thanks again for being here, for being our first guest in the drive-through window of the Coffee House. And thanks to all my patrons. And I will be, as you heard me talking with Chris, reminding you, the viewer, over the next few videos anyway, that we do have this opportunity for you to get skin in the game. And that's what I'm really hoping to get out of this, is an exchange of ideas. Because great ideas will help the truth emerge, right? When people are having constructive dialogue over these ideas. So that's what I'm hoping that you will bring, and that's what I'm promising that I'll bring too. I'll be asking a lot of questions as well, and I hope that you will ask questions in addition. So that's what the comments below are for. So having said all that, I'm happy that you're here. Come back again and you'll see the coffee house take more shape. You'll get to hear other ideas and hear from other guests in the drive-thru, and maybe you yourself can join in this conversation. That would be delightful. Until next time, enjoy your coffee with friends.